Right guys, so today we're going to be making tech house like Diplo, specifically the track On My Mind. If you want to download this project, you can from my Patreon, and all of the samples are available in a new sample pack I've made called Tech House, which is also on my Patreon. Right, this is what we're going to be making. Right guys, so we're going to start with the vocal. It's made from two different samples. The first sample being this, sort of sits in the background. This is actually a sample from Loop Masters or Loop Cloud. The second sample is the main vocal. This is from a track called Stilo by 702 featuring Missy Elliott on the vocals. I've chopped it up a bit here to try and not get a copyright strike. The track obviously starts with this on the original, and then this starts to fade up. It's got an auto filter on it, bringing it in. Then on the drop, bit of call and response. So you stay, response. So yeah, it's a bit of catch and response. So now you want her to say something else. Now you can relax when she says that. So apart from the vocals, there isn't much effects, just a bit of EQ taken at the top, and on this taking about a bit at the high end because it's a little bit harsh, because it was quite a bad copy. In the same group, don't know why it's in the same group, I've got this string. This is just playing at the root note of G. This is a string from Ableton. You can download it from the Ableton website, Strings Ensemble. It's like a Max for Live string thing. Taken out the low end, added a bit of reverb to give it some space and take away some of the harshness. Let's go back up to the top. This low end group has nothing on it, but we've got the kick and the bass in the same group. First we've got this kick. On this I've taken out the low end and boosted it with a drum bus, which basically adds saturation. The kick itself is quite a thuddy kick. It's from my Tech House pack on my Patreon. Link for that in the bio. Without, it's quite thuddy, but then this, oh, really boosts it up. And then we've got the main kick, which is the exact same kick. It's hella light, it's different. This is a different kick. This is basically a 909 on steroids, if you look at the curves on it. So that's got a lot of distortion already. I've taken out a little bit of the low end just because without it, it's very subby. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Then we've got the bass. Very simple. Oh, made an operator with a saw D wave. I mean, not the most commonly used wave, but it's like a saw and a D, I'm guessing. Yeah, apart from that, fairly short decay, frequency right the way down. That's the envelope, frequency's right down there. Yeah, pretty simple really. You can do that in Serum, anything. Next we've got this OTT, which is boosting the top frequencies without it. With it, it's just boosting a bit of everything really, quite a bit of the low as well. Just making it more aggressive. Then we've got compressor, side chain to the kick, just so the kick can pop through a bit. And again, we're taking out anything below about 50 hertz. Past that, we've got the drums. I'm just going to stop and say, yeah, this track's pretty simple in terms of the elements. There's not a lot to it, but every element that's in there is either catchy, warm, or doing something for the track. Yeah, Diplo smashed it with this one, I will say. This sort of, I'd say, started the whole vocal tech house, fairly mono sound and tech house that got very popular on Beatport and still is. Yeah, like all the remakes and stuff like that, remixes, I'd say this is the OG of those. This came out a couple of years ago. Drums. We've got a reverb, not really doing anything in the drop, but in the build there's a little bit of reverb. Then we've got this clap. That's basically just making some space in there, because obviously there's not really any melodic elements apart from that string. I think in the main there might be a little riser thing sort of going on, but yeah, so some of that space is sort of filled out by that. So if I take it down, yeah, it's how it's add a bit of breathiness and a bit of interchangeable section in between the drop and that, so you really notice the difference if you play it like together. Cuts through a lot more, makes it feel more impactful. Then yeah, clap from the same pack. It's just a standard clap really. Got quite a lot of processing, so not had to do a lot on the actual channel itself. We then got this closed hat, very simple in the build as well, with the reverb, and then obviously without. Then we've got this open hat to help cut through the mix more. Bit of a longer decay on this one. On both I've boosted the high end a little bit just to try and cut through the bass sound. Then we've got this off hat. Just copy what they got in the Diplo version. It's pretty cool. Don't really hear that often in tracks. In terms of percussive elements, it's very basic, not a lot going on apart from this little rim job. Got him. But yeah, that's the track. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.